An IT worker who was cleaning up in the office threw away 8,000 bitcoins 12 years ago. That was worth 8 million at the time, and he's been searching for it for 12 years, and he's finally give up just now after 12 years. Imagine that. And at the time, the bitcoins worth 8 million, and now the bitcoins is worth 750 million. I'd be sick to my stomach. He's been searching for 12 years. That's how desperate he was. And he's finally just come to the point where he's accepted this. We're going to get into this little video though first. This is 12 years ago when he first lost it.
All the files that I believed I needed were already on my new computer. The drive was in a drawer on its own after an incident with a previous laptop, and I thought that I'd taken off everything I needed.
Any hesitation, any moments before you chucked it in with the boxes and the bottles to bring down?
As soon as I put it in the bin at home, I had a second thought, in the back of my mind. You've never thrown a hard drive out before. Why start now? You shouldn't do this, sort of thing. A little demon in the back of my head, sort of thing. But yeah, I didn't take it out. It stayed in the bin, and then came down to the landfill site here with the other bags that I brought.
You brought the bags down, you threw them in there, didn't think twice before driving off. When did the penny drop that actually what you'd thrown away was worth a fortune?
When I started to hear stories of the Silk Road shut down, and obviously other individuals making their profits.
And you know how hard it will be to find your rubbish in there. I remember one time years ago, I threw away my watch, one of my old watches in the bin, and I'm lucky, I went down and I found it. Swear to God, but that was my luck. But that was just in my bins. No, it was in the bin actually at the bottom of the apartment building I was in. Get me? I had to go and through there and just find it. But going and searching here, it's flipping like trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sorry.
And they're millions. The penny dropped then, that I had 7,500 bitcoins on a hard drive that I'd thrown out a few months ago.
So for people who don't understand virtual currencies, they wouldn't have thought it's a problem throwing away a thing, a hard drive. But to get your money, you would need that hard drive.
Yeah, there's a specific file on that hard drive called a wallet file, which the Bitcoin is stored in. And without that file, there is no way of getting the money back, because there is no central server that records a log of it.
You've spoken to the manager here. They've been very nice to you. They've driven you around, but they've warned you there's absolutely zero chance of finding it.
Basically, yeah. I came down yesterday morning to find out what the process was. I thought that maybe the individual bags may have been sorted, and that the actual drive itself may have been,
Individual bags may have been sorted. They just chuck rubbish on top of rubbish on top of rubbish. Boy, listen, I'll be honest, once it's here, very rarely you're going to find it, man. Very rare.
Put aside into a, computer waste bin that I could maybe look through. But when I arrived yesterday, they basically told me that anything that goes into the household scrap bin is compressed and buried.
James, I'm sure there's an awful lot of people feeling for you right now. How do you feel stood here?
Well, absolutely devastated, as you can imagine.
Bro, man's got a smile on his face, a little smirk. There ain't no smirk or grin on my face. I don't even want to chat to this news reporter. But he's mad, bro, unless he's coming to help me. If we want this interview, yo, bro, you coming to help me after? If you're not coming to help me, I'm not trying to hear it. What's all this? That little grin on his face, bro. He must be well off. He must be well off, man. He must be well off.
I just wish I could go back in time and not throw that drive away.
I'm told the landfill site, well, you've seen it, is about, one or two football pitch size.
Nah, I can't get over the look on his face. Look at this, bro. How is that? How you supposed to be sick to your stomach? How are you even got this little No way. I wouldn't even be able to talk to nobody. Wouldn't be able to go home, talk to my missus, nothing. Your missus try to say to your heart, don't worry, things will be all right. Nah, it's not, you know what I'm saying? People say, oh, it's only money. Nah, it's 8 million. Well, it says 6 million, yeah. 6 million. I'm not trying to hear that. Unless I've got 50 million, I'm not trying to hear that. There's nothing you can tell me to make me feel better at this point right now.
Is there any temptation to maybe send out a search party, go digging?
To be perfectly honest, I don't have the resources, the funds, or the manpower to start that, especially without the guarantee of.
He said he ain't got the resources, funds, or manpower. That means that's your only money. So why are you standing there and talk? Nah, man. That means that's your only money. That means you ain't got no more. No way, man. No way. I'd literally be throwing up. Literally.
Receiving money at the end, because, as you know, we're on a landfill site. There are many other sort of substances that are thrown in with that as well. So, I mean, there's a potential to find the drive. Is it still working? Can the data be recovered? I have no idea. When I went up to the landfill site yesterday, my first thought was, I've got no chance.
He says that he's got no chance, but yet he was searching for 12 years. It says here, look, let's get into this bit here. 12-year quest ends. Manu lost his hard drive containing, at the time, remember, it was 6 million euros. Now it's 742 million euros. Bro, imagine being pissed at then and then knowing now it's worth it's worth about 100 times more. I don't know, man. I don't know. Let me read a bit of this though. 12 years ago, an IT worker's routine cleanup turned into a financial nightmare where he accidentally threw away a hard drive holding a fortune in Bitcoin. After years of failed attempts and mounting obstacles, finally called it quits. What makes this loss so unforgettable? James Howells, a former IT worker, so he don't even work there no more, from Newport, South Wales, is the protagonist of one of cryptocurrency's most dramatic stories. Having accidentally discarded a hard drive containing 8,000 bitcoins, now valued at 742 million in 2013, Howells has spent over a decade fighting for the chance to recover his fortune. Saga has captivated public interest not only for its staggering financial implications, but also for its blend of human error, legal challenges, and environmental concerns. A costly mistake, the hard drive loss. Back in 2009, Howells mined 8,000 bitcoins during the early days of cryptocurrency. At that time as well, when you got on it early, he was getting rich. When mining was a relatively simple process, and Bitcoin had little to no monetary value. At the time, few could have foreseen the cryptocurrency boom that would eventually make Bitcoin worth tens of thousands of dollars per unit. In 2013, during a routine office cleanup, Howells accidentally threw away the hard drive containing the private key necessary to access his Bitcoin wallet. The drive ended up in the Newport landfill, where it remains buried beneath layers of waste. At the time, the Bitcoins were worth 8 million, a life-changing sum. Fast forward today, their value has skyrocketed to 742 million, turning the missing hard drive into one of the most infamous symbols of lost wealth in the digital age. That will never get found, man. So it's not like anyone else is going to ever find that. And then it says here, look, why recovery is nearly impossible. Recovering a hard drive may sound straightforward, but Howells has faced numerous obstacles, primarily from the Newport City Council. Officials have constantly denied him permission to search the landfill site. Health and safety risks, environmental concerns, economic viability. Despite the concerns, Howells proposed an extensive plan involving advanced technologies, The idea included AI-powered drones to scan the landfill for metal objects and employing robotic systems to sift through specific areas. He also assembled a team of environmental experts to minimize any negative impacts. The whole project was estimated to cost 10 to 50 million, and if it was self-funded, and carried no financial risk to the council. Spending 10 to 15 million though, if you find it, I'd spend 50 million to find out and still have 700 pattern. However, Newport City Council remained unmoved, refusing to grant him access. Their steadfast rejection has frustrated Howells and highlighted the rigid nature of environmental and legal frameworks. Saying that I'm not going through all this, but they're basically saying like, in addition to local opposition, Howells faced significant legal hurdles. A judge ruled that the recovery efforts had no realistic prospect of success. It's true. How are you gonna find a little hard drive in all that rubbish after 10 years as well? 12 years, you're searching. Oh man. Then they're saying the hard drive's condition ain't what would probably be fucked anyway. Then it's time limitations. They're saying obviously after 6 years passed since the disposal, case was deemed inadmissible anyway. And they're just talking about environmental risks, I can get saying that that's basically saying that he's trying to cause environmental risk just to get his money, financial gain. Howells will be vocal about his frustrations with the bureaucratic hurdles he's encountered. He has criticized Newport City Council and their legal system for their unwillingness to allow him to recover his hard drive. Yo, at the same time, they can't expect you to turn over and shake up their whole situation just trying and attempt to look for your thing. You get me? It's not like if you can say, oh yeah, it's there, but we just need to dig through it or something. You don't know where it is. You get me? That's a waste site. Yeah, you want them to turn the whole waste site upside down for an attempt to recover your team. Come on, man. You get me? Despite his setback, he has not entirely given up hope. He continues to advocate for a resolution that would allow him to attempt the recovery while addressing the environmental concerns raised by authorities. However, he acknowledges that with each passing year, the likelihood of success or outcome diminishes. You get me? While his fortune remains buried beneath 15,000 tons of waste, his story serves a remainder of the human element in an increasing digital economy, one where ambition, error, and bureaucracy collide in unexpected ways. Oh, I'll tell you this, I'll be honest, like, I'm not going past a week. I'm not going past a week trying to search my thing. And a week is a stretch, I'll be honest. Few days, I know it's gone, bro. It's gone. And you got 12 years. You've probably just railroaded your whole life to look for this thing, and now you give up after 12 years. You probably ain't been concentrating on nothing else. You probably could have got another investment popping by then, spending 12 years looking for this thing. Your whole man, we ain't seen a picture of him in this that video I showed you was 2013. Probably see a picture of him now. His mental, he probably looks, you get me? He probably just looks rough and that. He probably just dedicated his whole life looking for this. His mental health through the roof. I have to. Yo, trust me, I've lost some money, fucked me up. So that to even today, I don't want to talk about it. Just don't want to talk about it. It's depressing me. Trust me, that's some money. So imagine him, bro. He's lucky. He's lucky if he's still mentally all there, bro. I'll be honest. Probably just sits in his yard, just in his seat, bro. I don't know what that would do to me. I'd have to give up and take my mind off you and concentrate on something else, but that would mess up my mental health, bro. I'll be honest. I'm not searching 12 years for that. Searching 12 years for that, my head's gone. Because I put so much into that now. Look, now I'll be like, yeah, 12 years gone, I give up. Now what do? I wouldn't have nothing else to do. Like, I wouldn't be looking past that. I'd have to look past it kind of early to get over it. Telling you, that's crazy. But he must be sick to his stomach, man. Must be sick to his stomach, I'm telling you. That's like winning a lottery or something and losing a lottery ticket. You're never going to win the lottery again. That's it. That was his chance, you know. You get one shot in life. That was his shot. So he'll never probably get back to that. He'll never get that again. You get me? If we all get one shot, if we got that shot, you got to take it, man. And he's ended up, it's his sick clumsiness that lost him the team. Please, man. I don't know what he's going to do now, but yeah. Yeah, I just wanted to speak on that story anyway, man. Let me know how you start feel about that as well, man. Would you like spend 12 years looking for it? Because I ain't spending 12 years looking for it. Nah, my head would be fucked. You know what I'm saying? I would have given up after a week, man. Yeah, if you're watching this video, though, subscribe to the channel, people. On the road to 500 subscribers. You already know, man. Comment, like, subscribe. I'm out, though, Zed's World.
I done sold all this dope for years just to become a YouTuber. Shit, fuck.